This is Close Combat Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 27 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. Alright, one more fight before we are out of the fog. We're going to be heading back to Barenton with 137th Infantry, 35th Division. We're going to be taking on SS Panzer Grenadier Regiment 3, 2nd SS Panzer. I feel like this fight I am pretty comfortable with, so let's hope that I can have a good showing here. And then as we transition into the day phase, we will have to watch out for any additional enemy artillery and things like that, just because they'll now be able to spot us. I won't be able to just simply hide in the fog. But I am looking forward to this one, so let's see what happens. Since we have a new battle group, we are going to have Tremors Company. So first and second platoon are both rifle, and we are probably going to be in overkill mode here, I'm thinking. Down in support, I'm going to bring in 7 tanks, and I'm kind of thinking that that's going to get the job done. I got to be careful not to lose them like crazy, but I like this one shaping up the way it is. It's looking pretty favorable. Enemy's got a full platoon of Panzer Grenadier. Then they got 5 more sections. And then down in support, it looks like they're going to bring 2 7.5 ATs, as well as a single 2-centimeter flak. And they have 1 grill, and I'm not super concerned about that, to be honest. They have tons of Panzer Grenadier in reserve, but yeah, they have no support. I mean, they've got a lot of it. It's just kind of garbage support. So it is what it is. I think they're going to have to figure it out. I do not need to push, so I don't know how much I have to worry about those AT guns. It's kind of just going to depend on how the deployment looks. Like, will they have line of sight to me or something? But outside of that, like, I shouldn't have to push in there and take them. So I'm actually questioning now. Hang on. Do we go back? I didn't look at my stuff. It already had 7 tanks, so I was just going to keep it. Do I take some mortars? Because if they got those AT guns, instead of trying to roll in there with 7 tanks that they can't fight, maybe I ditch 3 of them, and it looks like I've only got 3 mortars. All right, that looks better. So now we'll have a little bit of indirect fire support and probably be able to drop those AT guns from afar and not have to risk our tanks. See if I can set it up cautiously. I have their spawn well surrounded, I feel like. They can sneak out to the north, and there is a flag up there, so they might push that way. But I'm expecting people moving amongst the buildings, and so my thought was like, make sure I have a strong line of defense, and then if I do see them trying to push north, I might be able to just pull Old Fred up there. So starting with Old Fred up in the north, they are actually hidden behind the building, and they can't really see around it, so I'm hoping that the enemy can't spot them, and I can wait and position them once I know that there's nothing looking right at them. Hopefully. Then I have Kate, Jody Chang, and Casey Matthews spotting for Old Fred. They are lined up on the front. They're all multi-story buildings, and they should be able to watch anybody coming out of the north or northwest. As you move down a little bit, I have Grady, Nancy, and Mindy holding down the center, and the church is in the neutral zone, and the enemy can probably dash in there in a hurry. And so I have Grady kind of set up there with Nancy to try and hold that position so that the enemy can't take the 4-story steeple and command the center. Down below them, Melvin is watching the other side of the road, and I'm really hoping Melvin can see not only up the angled street, but basically down the middle as well. It might be a little rough that way, but I'm hoping for some good line of sight to try and track down those AT guns. Behind Melvin is Pedro. Pedro can see just to the east, and that's it. And then I'm hoping they're far enough back that if there's an AT gun right there, it can't see them. And then Pedro can move up if it's safe. But that way, there's somebody nearby to help, but hopefully not be right in the fray. Below Pedro, I have Bert holding down the front line. So Bert's our gun guy. Had to put him on the front line. He is dug in with a trench in the middle of the field. I do have Earl behind him. There's actually a dead tank where Earl is. And so Earl is hiding behind that to make sure Bert is supported. And then I got Valentine behind Earl to give them 3-story building fire support. And then obviously we can pull Bert back if we have to. Julio is right there with Valentine. Same kind of situation I've got going on with Old Fred and Pedro. I've tried to give them very limited line of fire and keep them towards the rear so that hopefully they're not spotted. But it is still an accessible spot that they could come out of. Then as you wrap towards the south, Heather Gummer, Rhonda, and Cletus are covering the southwest. So Rhonda's forward at the hedges, kind of watching to see what comes out of there. Heather is in a 3-story. And then Cletus, again, no line of sight, but could move either east into the break in the hedges where the road is, or roll up towards Rhonda and fire over, just kind of depending on what Rhonda sees. Lastly, I've got Nestor and Edgar all the way on the east end, just making sure that nobody pushes to the south without us knowing. And it might be overkill. It might not even be enough. It just depends. If they come with 8 sections of Panzer Grenadier, these guys are going to get run over. But there is a hedgerow ahead of them that should protect them from AT guns and stuff like that. So I figured I'd take the shot here. Behind everybody are El Blanco, Graboid, and Shrieker. They have our 60mm mortars. So we're going to be looking for those AT guns and see if we can put them out of action. Interesting. I did not expect to see no one. So there we go. Contact north. We got these guys in between us. This guy's coming out of the building. You didn't have to shoot, guys. Low key, you could have not done that. All right, Nancy's moving up. Maybe try and get them there. Uh-oh, we got runners. Oh, it's a jailbreak. Melvin gets set for contact. Thinking Mindy might have to move over here. Just like I thought, they are moving between buildings. Tons of infantry coming out of there. Contact south. Second team. Yeah. Let's go ahead and open up. Rhonda probably has really good line of sight here. Ooh, we're drawing a lot of machine gun fire. I don't know that there's not an AT gun. Nope, there is. I'm pretty sure that's an AT gun. Right there. Mortar's going out. Rhonda crawl back. Rhonda doesn't have smoke either. We've got one wounded. See if we can get away from that AT gun until it goes down. Whoa! Let's watch that fire, mortars. Contact close. They are pushing hard. I'm wondering if Grady has to come down here as well. Mindy, open up. Melvin, do your thing. Infantry there. I don't know that I move Edgar up right here behind them. And, I mean, I could. I wonder if Nestor could get, like, right here. There we go. We are finally out of there. Cletus is about ready to go do it. We actually might have got it. Yep, AT gun is down. I'll let that salvo finish just because they didn't have many left and there was still infantry there. Nestor's here. Yep, they're right in front of you, Nestor. Still more. Gosh, do we send another salvo out? Cletus is coming in. Cletus, there we go. Rhonda did take some casualties. They are really having a bad time. I'm going to pull them back behind Heather over there, who can just stay on defend. Lots of contact in the middle. All these buildings are full. Fire mission complete. I don't think we got another hit, to be honest. Nestor, what are you doing? That should be an easy kill. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring some support over here. I didn't want to move Edgar, but we're going to get some extra firepower since it's such a close fight. And I was expecting kind of a push more right here, and they are, but it doesn't seem like anything up here matters. So I might pull Kate off, go north, try and use this hedge to get concealment, and then maybe I can peek down and see if I can find that second AT gun. Uh-oh, Melvin took one. Oh, Melvin's taking a few. Melvin's really having a bad day. All right, Melvin, it's time for you to pull back. Get out of dodge. Mindy, open up. Yeah, same team. It's just across the street. Let's go ahead and pull up with Pedro and hope that there is not an AT gun right here that I just don't see. I don't know. There we go. We got a vehicle. Haven't found a 2cm. Pushing hard on Mindy. Mindy, deal with them. Deal with them. Deal with them. Please. Sooner than later. No line of sight there. Grady's going to have to support it. Okay. This is resolved. We still have this contact north. They are a little bit more obscured in the trees. And I don't know if we can get Edgar in there to support. So let's maybe come down and around just a little bit like that with Cletus and see if Cletus can get some shots up there. I'm assuming that was me firing a bad shot. We are reloading. They are still right on top of us. Come on, Mindy. 16 meters. Oh, yikes. What happened here? Jody Chang drew a bunch of fire, and I don't know where from or how they saw them. Because, like, there's no bodies here, so it's not like they just approached them. But Jody Chang is going to end up disbanding on that. Old Fred can maybe move up. Melvin's dead. Melvin. What happened to Melvin? Where? Where was Melvin? How do I not know where Melvin was? They die in the building? Is that why I can't see him? Alright, a little bit further forward. What else is down here? That's an AT gun. Reverse, reverse. Never mind. And it was not an AT, it was the 2cm flak, but it's dead. Roll back up. Right there, put some shells in that 3-story. Vehicle, still have not found the second AT gun yet. Kate is under fire. Or is firing, I don't know which. I feel like they're under fire. What are they shooting at? What am I not seeing? Like, I don't understand what they're shooting at. I don't know what they can possibly see that I don't see. They're like shooting in here, it seems like. Okay, Panzer Grenadier is still there. Ooh! Okay. Grill is messing us up. We're going to have to pull out of here. Pull way back out. Let's actually just roll up a little ways. Close the distance. Heather has no effectiveness right here. We are taking a few casualties more than I would like, but it is manageable currently. Mindy's been holding it down. Nancy is maybe not in the best spot. I kind of figured movement through here, this 4-story would be awesome, but I kind of feel like we need to just move up here and take this next building. In fact, what if I put Nancy there and Mindy here, and then we'll just kind of start, I don't know, sliding forward a little bit. We do have somebody close to us. They're like in this building. Yep, right there. All right. We got out of there. I'm going to pull over to the west just so I can kind of keep an eye on them better. And I don't know, Cletus did not get line of sight or the kill shot right here. Oh, he's running. He's running. Get him, Cletus. Open up. Full auto. Bro. Homeboy is on the run. Ooh, getting shot from there. Nancy, just get in there. Mindy got shredded. Like, just utterly shredded. Get back. We do not want to take the front. They got 2 machine guns set up in there with their Panzer Grenadier, so that's not the way to go. Again, I want Old Fred to help, but it's not that easy because I don't know where Old Fred's going to get shot at. Seems like Kate is uninterrupted for the moment, so we'll see if we can move down here and get behind these guys. The fact that I don't see an AT gun yet worries me a little bit. I don't know if it's maybe even down here in this next field. They had 2 AT guns, right? I'm trying to think what they had. They had vehicle, 2 ATs, and a 2 centimeter, if I recall right. So I'm still looking for one more. There it is. Located. Mortar's going out. That explains a lot about getting shredded. That is probably what fired right here. And Mindy is paying the price for it. So let's get back. Nancy, get back. At least just for the moment. Once those mortars go out, we'll be okay. They might surrender if we drop this AT gun, to be honest. They're already very low on morale. It's going okay. I think we are safe to continue moving up. We got a hit. We got another hit. Got another hit. There it is. Just like I said, they surrendered when they lost it. We still sit at 100% morale to their 32. And then the Allies gain control of the area. The reserve battle group retreated off the strategic map and must regroup overnight. Frontline battle group was unable to retreat and was forced to disband. That's a solid win. That is like awesome. Like I said, a little bit more infantry casualties than I would have liked, but still not a bad performance, all things considered. I didn't just like turtle in the back. I held the line, and the MG42 shred. And, you know, I didn't know about that 1 AT gun either, so, you know, stuff happens. They killed 9, wounded 16, but we killed 8 and wounded 34. We also took 3 prisoners, destroyed a gun, and captured 2 more. That is a success if I've ever seen one. Up first is Earl with no kills. Valentine, no kills. Bert, no kills. Heather, no kills. Rhonda, no kills. Edgar, no kills. Nestor, no kills. Down in second platoon, we got Grady, no kills. Melvin, wiped out. Mindy might as well be wiped out, but they did come away with 2 kills. Then we got Nancy, no kills. Kate, no kills. Jody Chang, also going to disband, no kills. And then Casey Matthews, no kills. Old Fred, 4 infantry kills. Pedro, 11 infantry kills and a gun kill. Julio, no kills. Cletus, 10 infantry kills. El Blanco, 4 infantry kills. Graboid, 2 infantry kills. And Shrieker, 9 infantry kills. That is wild. We didn't do any damage with our infantry. Like, did I see that correct? Yeah, I really did. We had one team that got 2 kills. And that's kind of crazy because I'd brought Edgar and Nestor up to deal with those guys that were what, 10 meters across the road? We got no kills there. It was all the mortars in the tank. Like, that is so wild. Either way, we got it done. First platoon leader is unharmed. Panzer Grenadier with 3 kills. Panzer Grenadier with 5 kills. Panzer Grenadier with no kills. Panzer Grenadier with 3 kills. Panzer Grenadier with no kills. No kills. Second platoon leader wiped out, 2 kills. Panzer Grenadier, no kills. 3 kills. No kills. 2 kills. AT gun, this one is wiped out completely, no kills. This AT gun did get 1 kill, and it's wiped out. It must be something else that killed me when I brought Mindy up. So I would have expected it to be one of these AT guns because they died so fast and there was an AT gun right in front of them, but it apparently wasn't. 2 centimeter did get 4 kills, and the grill has 2 kills. I would have liked to kill it just to do it, but getting all the guns also puts them in a bad spot. So I don't think, I'm trying to think if I saw another AT gun in their inventory. Either they've got like 1 or 2 more, or they're totally out. So like they might not have another AT gun if they were to show back up. All in all, awesome outcome. I really liked the way it went, and I like that we commanded the battlefield. That is way better than it was in the beginning when I was trying to push to the east. So they definitely had the advantage when I was pushing into the town, and now I've got that, so it feels pretty good. If you guys enjoyed the fight, go ahead and like the video. Click the subscribe button to support the channel, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.